Hello and welcome. I'm Kathleen Seals, and I think this would be an appropriate reintroduction to this channel and what I will be sharing. And it's not just going to be me, it's going to be my husband as well. Sometimes it'll just be me, sometimes it'll be both of us. I think this is really important because I have been studying a lot of people and a lot of things over the last, goodness knows, mainly in the last 20 plus years. I have really honed in on personal growth space and self-development and really just like the power of the subconscious mind, how the mind works, a lot of neuroscience. And there aren't enough people talking about it. So I have realized that I guess I need to talk about it. And I'm going to start with this line because these writers from the early 1900s, late 1800s, really had a lot of knowledge and were very well versed in the power of the mind and the power of us as human beings, what we were capable of, human potential. And it's kind of gotten lost and people don't know about this at all anymore. And it's like movies like The Secret, which I still haven't seen. I understand the premise and it's based on this writing and other writings like this that we will cover on this channel. So today I'm going to start with the very first line of the Spirit of Opulence. And that's just the first line, maybe the second as well. But there's like two sentences that I'm going to talk about today, and that's it. Because those two sentences really express almost everything that we need to know to get started on anything. Okay, so it is quite a mistake to suppose that we must restrict and stint ourselves in order to develop greater power or usefulness. Basically, don't shrink. You don't have to shrink in order to be more useful in the world. And if you are anything like me, which you probably are because you're watching this and you've come to me for some reason, then you have been a too much kind of kid, right? We were told we're too much or annoying or, wow, like you talk a lot or whatever. We have a lot of thoughts and that's okay. And it is a mistake to think that you need to stint yourself to be less than you are in order to be useful anywhere. I have had this happen to me multiple places in my life. And even in a workspace where my job was to be as outgoing and fun as possible, it was requested of me to be less. And in order for me to do that, I would not have been more helpful. Having come from Disney, where I was really good friends with a lot of really fun characters, you don't do anything small. You do it big and you do it to the fullest. And that's how you know you are exuding the right energy, right? We don't want to diminish what we have inside. And that song, you might remember it from a kid, This Little Light of Mine. I'm going to let it shine. Hide it under a bushel. No, I'm going to let it shine. Won't let anyone blow it out. I'm going to let it shine. Let your light shine. Okay, so that's the very first sentence. And that's why I started with this, because that's what I've been battling is I have been thinking I need to play small in order for me to help people. And that's ridiculous because I can't help you if I'm hiding in my own house with my own thoughts and just writing them down. That's not helpful. I need to share them. I need to share them somewhere. And I need to share them with people who it will bring life to you. So here I am. Okay. The next line, and this is so important. This is to form the conception of the divine power as so limited that the best use we can make of it is by a policy of self-starvation, whether material or mental. Do you think that whoever created this world, the creator of worlds, doesn't have the power to allow you to have what you want? You don't need to be less than yourself because some greater power thinks that you're too much. What? Wouldn't have made you the way you are if you weren't supposed to be all of you? Did you know, I've just recently learned this, that I already knew about this frequency of emotions. So there's a scale of a frequency of emotions. I will find some way to, I don't know, share it maybe in here. And on this frequency scale of emotions, you can see that at the bottom are the saddest, the most dark emotions, and they are very low vibrational frequency, which means your body is vibrating low frequency. What happens at a low frequency is things can get in really easily. Imagine if you were trying, let's see, we're a spy show, right? And you're trying to break in and you notice that these are going up and down very slowly. How easy is it for you to run underneath? However, high frequency, a lot harder to get through. That is how our body is. So when we're at a low frequency like that, it's so easy to invite in all the things that you don't want. Illness, other thoughts that aren't even yours, maybe someone else's thoughts. One of your energy centers might be open to receiving those thoughts more than others, and you're going to pick it up because you're at a low frequency. Now, when we're at a high frequency, nothing can get in. It's so much harder. It's so much harder for random stuff to break through when you're vibrating at a high frequency. Now, on this chart, what's not on this chart is the frequency of authenticity, which is the highest recorded frequency that they have found. Enlightenment, yes, authenticity is the highest. This is what current research has shown. So by vibrating your authentic frequency, you will be vibrating at the frequency that you need to be in order to succeed in life and to bring other happy people to you. So, I mean, that's that. I'm not going to go into the act of self-starvation in order to diminish myself so that I can make other people happy that don't want to hear me. If you don't want to hear me, don't watch me. That's okay, right? It's absolutely absurd to think that we need to get rid of all the radio stations that we don't like when you could just tune into the radio station you do like. What is the point? Someone else likes it and it's helpful for them where they're at. And everyone needs to know. You need to find this out for yourself over time. And I have discovered, and I am solid and firm in my discovery, and I am happy realizing this because now I know where I am. So what you need to know is your role. What is your role in life? Is it to be the person that has the brightness and the light in them and they're shining super bright? Because let me tell you, or is it someone who you need to incrementally get them closer? Now, the sun's job is to shine as bright as it can all the time. If we need to shade ourselves from it because it's too much, we don't tell the sun, stop being too much. The sun is being the sun. So if you are a light bearer like me, if you are a being of light and you are supposed to be as bright as possible, you need to be able to shine as brightly as you can because someone is looking for the light. You do not darken yourself. Even tomorrow, we're having an eclipse tomorrow. The sun is not doing that. The moon is going to block out the sun for a period of time, depending on where you are. It could be minutes, it could be seconds, but it will happen. The sun isn't changing how it is shining. That is what I want you to know. You do not need to change how brightly you're shining. And if you need to remember that, you stick around here with me because that is something that I have to remember too. It's taken me 41 years, almost 42, to realize this. I sang that song how many dang times as a kid, This Little Light of Mine? I know this. We know this inside of us. We have been trained to not know it. And I am here to help you remove that training from society and just be the light that you are, because you are so important. You are so important. When people need light, they need the light to be shining and not to be off. They need us to be bright and brighten each other up so that we can stay bright. Bright lights don't need nighttime. The sun doesn't need a night. The sun is always going to be working. So That is you. That is us. But it gives us energy. We get energy by giving it to others. And guess what? It doesn't take you any less energy to sunburn than it does to me. So sometimes we're going to get sunburned and that's okay. But we're going to sunburn each other and we're going to help each other light brighter, okay? I love you. And if you wanted to know what this was today, I'll post a link to the activity book and reader in the comments here for The Spirit of Opulence by Thomas Troward. And stay tuned. Subscribe, hit like, subscribe if you liked this so that you can get more great videos like this. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and hit like, subscribe so that you can get more videos like this. And I can't wait to share things with you that are valuable to you. So I love you, and you deserve better, and change your thoughts, change the world, and live your purpose. Bye.